Buddy Gunson Undercover. Today is Friday, August 23rd, 2019. It's, I don't know, around 11 p.m. We're at a DWI checkpoint here in Oceanport, New Jersey, on the east side of Fort and Monmouth, Oceanport Avenue. There's the chaser car. I think it's somebody in there. I don't know. Is there somebody else? Maybe not. That's the chaser car, I think. Yeah, there's somebody because the car is running. So that's the chaser car. So he's going to come out and get you over here if you try to do a U-turn. He's watching you over there down here. Okay, we're up here at another sign. I'm at the intersection of East Main and Oceanport Avenue. This is Oceanport, New Jersey. And this is Trickery. This is the only sign they have at this intersection. So if you want to opt out on this, you have no idea that there's something going on up here other than road work. What's road work mean? There it is. What's road work mean? It's a DWI. They don't see that have a DWI sign. I think that's a violation right there. This is trickery. It's a lie. They're lying to you. So you know, you think the road crews out of the counties down there or something doing some work. And the fact of the matter, it isn't. You've got pirates down there. And here's the sign. Let me see. I'm sorry, folks. It's just dark out here. There's very little lighting around here. There we go, Oceanport Avenue. So, I wish I had some people with me. I'd stand out here with a sign and tell them, DWI checkpoint, turn now. Because you got no option. They're getting the people going north on Oceanport Avenue. And that is your warning sign right there. So most people want to go that way to get to the other side. It's a quick cut through. You think, oh, road work, oh, that's not a big deal. And next thing you know, you got a bunch of pirates flashing, putting flashlights in your eyes and asking for your driver's license. So look what I'm looking at. A slow sign. So that's my second sign that I see. The first one was road work ahead. Next one is slow. And now your first indication something's up is there are cones out here in the road. So you got cones and you got an office car sitting there. I think somebody's in it. I'm not sure. Hey, your flare's out.
Okay, I appreciate it.
All right. So they're setting you up for failure. They're definitely setting you up for failure with trickery. So you get here, you realize what's going on. You want to turn around, they're going to get you. So now they get you for making an unlawful U-turn. And now, which is the third sign, DWI checkpoint ahead. You're stuck. This is the first indication that there's a checkpoint ahead and you have no way of opting out of it now. You are committed. Smile, officer. It's Officer Bradley. Give him a thumbs up, everybody. There he is.
Oh, you left?
No, I went down to see where your sign said.
Oh.
This is trickery down there. Road work ahead. Officer Bradley's a decent guy. I've talked to him privately, and I like the guy. He's all right. So the chief is over here. I got to go ask him a question.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
It's all dark.
No, and that's a problem. You know, crosswalks have to be lit up. That's a problem.
Chief Snyder, unfortunately my live stream didn't take, so I missed that little interview, but I have a question for you. I walked down to the very end. The first sign that I see
Yes.
is road work.
Yes.
The second sign I see is slow, and now I see cones, and then I see the DWI. I'm committed. I have no way of knowing about this DWI until I'm committed, so how am I able to opt out of this?
We don't want people opt out of it. That's the whole purpose. Because when they're making the U-turn, they're creating a problem.
Right, that I understand, but at the intersection where it says road work,
Right.
if you had a DW sign, I say, you know what, I don't want to be part of that, I want to go straight.
Well, then we're kind of being counterproductive to what we're doing. If we get more cars to turn off.
Do you consider this trickery? Because I
No,
consider it
it's not
trickery.
It's not trickery. It's an advanced warning sign. It doesn't have to say DWI checkpoint.
Right.
A road work sign is an advanced warning sign.
But most
So-
people would make the conclude, a reasonable person would conclude that that's the road department's up there doing something, or
If we get more people getting away from pulling into this, then we're being counterproductive with what we're trying to do.
but if
You know what
people
I'm saying?
are exercising, say, you know what, I don't want to be part of this.
That's why the advance notice is put in the paper.
Right.
You know, that's all part of that. It's all part of the awareness part. You know.
Okay.
Like you've heard me say, if we stand out here for 4 hours and don't come up with one drunk driver, that's just not a failure. That means that everybody pulled in doing the right thing. So it's not a failure. It's everybody was driving sober. That's what I like to see.
My opinion is that
No, I know what
I
you're
feel
saying.
that
I know what
I'm
you're
not
saying.
picking on
I
you.
know
I'm
what
just
you're
feeling that
I know.
that is trickery. That I go, wait a second, I don't want to be part of this.
I know.
I don't want to submit my information to you when I haven't done anything
I
wrong.
totally get that, and that's why we follow what the Supreme Court in that case, State versus Kirk, the decision that they had in that case. They set forth what we could do and what we can't do. We follow that to the letter. So, you know, if the court says it's okay for us to do it, then we do it.
Okay.
If the court were to tell us we can't do it, then we'd stop doing it.
That is Chief Schneider of Allenhurst chiming in, giving me the 411 on this. No, I didn't get that shake before. Get that on.
Gotcha.
See, now that's the
All right.
second cop tonight's hand I shake. So people, don't be hating me because I'm shaking cops' hands. I always say to everybody, you can be friendly to a cop. I mean, you have to be friends, but you can always be friendly, and being friendly is always the best method.
And like we were talking before, you were out here before. You said you've been doing this. You've seen this a few times or whatever. And the officers treat the motorists with respect.
So far.
And the motorists are treating the officers with respect. The vast
So
majority
far.
of the time.
Well, they're all scared out of their minds. They don't know what's going on.
I've been doing this now for less than a year. I have not had a problem yet here.
Yeah.
You know, and I know Chief.
I mean, you got to agree with me. Most of the motorists coming here don't know anything. They don't know their rights. They don't know anything. But I will say this is not the place to start implementing rights and remaining silent, not answering questions. It's only going to create a problem. You know, if they're going to yank you out of the car and up the ante, then you got to do what you got to do.
That's why we have defense attorneys. Absolutely.
Right. So I would say you're going through this road check, smile, say, hi, officer, how are you? Just came from work. I'm tired. I like to get home and take a bath.
And you know what? I'll tell you, I'm glad you brought that up. But that's why the defense attorneys have just as much a role in this equation as the prosecutor and the judge. Because the defense attorney wants to make sure that the officer did everything right. And if the defense attorney, the prosecutor, and the judge can all agree that the officer did the right thing, then the officer...
And I want to educate the community what goes on so they see what a DWI check. Most people do not see what a DWI checkpoint is.
You're right. There was a woman earlier today. She said, "What is this?" I said, "It's a DWI checkpoint." She goes, "I've never been to
Yeah,
one.
there was a lady before. I asked her how you feel about it. She says, "What's going on?" I said, "It's a
been doing
DWI
this for years
checkpoint.
and years
Get
and
your
years."
papers ready."
And I said every week and sometimes twice a week. She never.
But you know what's different now about DWI checkpoints is that people like Jen are out here, I'm out here, there's cameras. I think the prosecutor's office ought to live stream so everybody can see it.
I'm all for cameras.
You got the cameras here.
I don't know whether I've told you personally, but I know I've told other people. I thought putting cameras in the police cars was one of the best things they ever did.
Yeah, because it keeps everybody honest.
Because you know what? If you're not doing anything wrong, the camera cannot hurt you.
Right.
The camera can only help you.
The camera only exposes you for what
Exactly
you are,
right.
okay?
Exactly
So
right.
if you're lying, you know,
Exactly right.
you can't rewrite the narrative, and that applies to both sides of the
Absolutely
table.
right.
And that's
And the camera has cleared officers way more than it has gotten them.
Now there is an incident, you know, an awful lot of camera files being lost and corrupted and things like that.
And you know what? But the technology is there where a defense attorney can tell whether footage has been
Right.
tampered
Well,
with or not.
the good thing now is everything is digitally recorded. You're not
Yes.
doing VHS tapes in the
Correct.
car anymore.
Right.
So that's a good thing.
As the technology gets better, the reliability
yes.
is also increased. So,
And it's
absolutely right.
so that sense, but yeah, I think that'd be a great idea to have a live stream this. Everybody could chime in
it's a great idea.
and do it right on the Facebook page of the prosecutor's office, or set up a YouTube channel and
that's a
do
great
it, and
idea.
then everybody sees it.
They do live streams with certain things. I know that.
Yeah.
I
That's
know,
a
like
great
certain press.
Like I said, the cameras in the cars, best thing they ever put in the police cars.
They just got to get, everybody's got to get body cams now, and
Well, I'll give you, we don't have body-worn cameras in Eleanor. Somebody asked me why. I said because 98, and I'm probably being conservative with that number, 98% of our complaints, and we get very few in Eleanor's, involve motor vehicle stops. Whereas the camera in the car captures that motor vehicle stop.
and your officer has a body mic on him.
Yeah,
and-
exactly right. It captures the audio and everything like that. So even if they're not in front of the car, you still have the audio component of it. And the audio component will actually help more than the video component. Because if you think about it, if I'm wearing a body camera and I get into a wrestling match with somebody,
you're not gonna-
what are you going to see on video? You're going to see this.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
exactly.
The audio is going to be able.
Now I have a question, because this is something I may start doing. I'm tipping my hand here to the world. Is if I go to your department, do you have a form? If I went up to your window and said, I like a complaint form to file a complaint officer, do you have that? Do you have a complaint form? And if anybody goes up to the window, they can get it?
Yes.
But no problem?
Nope.
Is that available on? You have to.
Yep.
Do you have anything available on your website where you can download that form? Or
I'd have to look. I don't know whether it's on.
because
our
I
website,
asked
but I'd have to
Neptune to do the new website, and I asked about it. So yeah, you just go to this page, and there it is.
It might be on our website. I haven't.
So you do have a pre-made form that I can take and fill it out, and that's good.
Yep. Every department should have that. Again, if it's a legitimate complaint, I want to know about it as the chief executive.
Right.
If it's also,
No, this is something I
So
thought
no,
about
no,
going out and
absolutely.
start checking all the police departments, see how they treat a citizen that comes in. Because they've done this in other areas, different parts of countries,
I
and
know what you're talking about.
yeah, there was one down in Florida. It didn't go out. It didn't work out too well.
Same thing I was telling you before about the camera. If somebody wants to make a complaint against one of my officers, and it is a legitimate complaint, I want to know about it because I want to correct the problem. I don't want to hear about it third hand 3
Right.
months later. I want to know about it when it happens.
You know, and I've also said, when you have problems in the department, it starts at the top. And then what I say is that, you know, you get a job and you start working, and you start to know what the boss allows you to do and not do. So if you got a problematic department, you have a problematic leader. Okay, and if you got somebody who's not going to put up any nonsense, which sounds like you're one of those guys that, look, you know, I don't want my officer expected to act a certain way, and if they don't,
I've had people look at personnel files and say, really, you wrote your officer up for that? And I said, yeah. And they said, well, I wouldn't have. Well, that's you. I thought it was worth it.
well, when you have an officer out there and he does something inappropriate, it can cost money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, John, I got
And
a
even-
question. Sorry.
Uh-oh, secondary. All right, showtime. It's gonna do the hokey pokey dance. And here in New Jersey, you do not have to do this hokey pokey dance.
No, we only have the first one and secondary in the test.
God. better angle.
How you doing, sir? Oh, hey, how are you? Hello. Oh, that's okay. It's Oceanport DWI checkpoint. Just make your driver's license registration.
Here in New Jersey, you do not have to do these roadside sobriety checks. You are required to take a breathalyzer, but this little nonsense here, you do not have to take. You're helping them incriminate you. They ask you, you want to step out? No, thank you. I'd like to be on my way. But people just, they don't know their rights and they just facilitate this. It's okay to be friendly at first, but the minute they want you out of the car and they want to do this stuff here, you have to ramp it up. All right, looks like this guy is walking. That's good. All right, good. He's not drunk. He's on his way. Now watch how this lady's doing it. See, laugh, smile. That's the way to get it through these. They do this little conversation, then they give them the propaganda, or the propaganda, no matter how you want to look at it.
How about that?